Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Corporate Commander TFW, and I'm joined by the man who's not in charge this week. It's Mikey G. Wolfie 3. Hello, Mikey. You don't know any more of it, do you?
Don't even know words I'm actually humming around the first line.
How's it going, Mr. Mikey?
Not too bad, not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, it's okay. It's a little bit on the warm side today, but I've got a lot of windows open, so and blinds edged, so it's pushing the sunlight away, but allowing the air to filter through.
That is one advantage of where I'm recording because I'm on the sort of sunset side of the house.
Oh, I always
long shadows.
I always felt...
Or the opposite from the sunset side, I should say.
I always envied people who had bedrooms that weren't facing the sun in the mornings when I was a child, or had their bedrooms facing the sun in the evenings. People are like, oh, but then you don't get the sunlight. And I'm like, yes, but then you don't start sweating in bed. Or have your room superheated to unfortunate degrees before bed, before you go to bed that night. So I if I could, I'd pick up my house and just turn it. Plop it back down and go, there we go. Sorted.
I'd like to sell this house and buy one slightly down the road at a different angle.
Just I've actually looked around most of my estate, and most of the houses do face towards the sun.
So was it built by someone who just really hated people?
I think most people like it though. I think it's designed so light can come into the house easier, and I'm like, I don't need that. That'll do sun damage. That'll sun damage my plastic man toys.
I'm melting. Save me.
Let's be fair.
G1 Jetfire, no!
Let's be fair. It's not so much I'm melting, it's more I'm turning yellow. I'm turning like a horrible white yellowish colour. That bad colour that all those figures get from like Jetfire. Like you said, Jetfire. Oh, he goes a sickly yellow colour.
Someone holds up a Bumblebee toy and just like, oh, I really like your Bumblebee. And you're just like, that's actually Bugbite.
Oh, no. Oh, no. So you're doing good, Mikey. You coping okay with the heat?
Yeah, 30 degrees today.
I don't know if it's that hot here, but I don't think it's nearly as hot as it is in your Eye of Lands.
Someone in like America right now is going like 30 degrees. That's freezing, and just like we use Celsius, you savages.
We also have no indoor cooling.
Yes,
systems.
that's not a thing we have here. That's just not something you have in Ireland and England.
No, it's a shame. It could be useful sometimes, but yeah. Anyway, we're here to talk about Transformers this week, Mr. Mikey. Believe it or not, there's not a lot of Transformers news. We're on the slim pickings for this week, but I don't think that matters too much, as they're going to be the people. I say the people who are listening. You're going to be getting a extra show, which is the Idw Retrospective this week. It was already put out for the Patreon people, but you'll be getting it sometime this week.
Yeah, that should be out this week, and yeah, so looking forward to hearing people's opinions on that. I saw one guy going like, oh wow, I'll listen to it on Patreon. Came back, it's not on Patreon, and then he confirmed that he was a Transmissions patron.
Oh, well, there you go.
But not declassified. Moonbase 2.
Well, don't they have their own?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, they've already, I think they did a while back.
Okay, so ours is newer and better.
Ours, I say on the show, we had these ideas independently. This isn't the rip-off. We just did it.
That's right. A happy coincidence. And it's part one as well. It's part one of a series.
Yes, like of an indeterminate length. Basically, it's probably 4 or 5.
Yeah,
parts.
it'll go as long as it takes you to cover it. I suppose at the end of the day, however long that may or may not be. And the good thing is, well, may or may not be a good thing depending on how entertained people are by it. But it's like an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours long, from what I recall. Yeah, it's a decent length. And we also did From the Files this week, which was long as well for the freebie show. That's like nearly 2 hours in itself because of goddamn Nick's work. It is a goddamn talking points.
Damn you, Irishman.
But Transformers news this week, we're going to kick off with some crappy news, as Transformers birthday card with evergreen designs have been found at Walmart. And not just that, Mikey. Not just that. but they also have sounds. They have a button you can press and you can enjoy. I don't know if this is gonna be the theme of Evergreen of the new
because
show.
I heard it and I was just like, okay, I'm expecting something, and I just like, I have no idea what this is.
No, there's it didn't even say like Transformers, and then it has a tune along with it of some description.
It's like a guitar solo.
Yeah, and yet it's a tune that's generic enough, especially comparing it to what RID's intro theme was, which was pretty fucking bland, in my opinion. It sounded generic and bland enough that it could be an intro for the Cyberverse line. It might not be. It might just be a generic tune that plopped in there, but
I'd laugh if it was, just because we just grabbed this open access bit of music. Why? Why not?
it sounds Transformers-y enough. We get to see the different varieties of at least the insides of cards. I don't know if the outsides are different, but you get a few different flavors. You get an Optimus. No, we'll leave Optimus to last because he has the weirdest one. We have Bumblebee who says on his little birthday message, "Have some big time birthday fun."
Seems generic enough.
Yep, I would have hoped for like a beautiful day or something.
Or big.
Yeah, big. You know, something bad and punny.
Yeah.
We don't get that. Megatron's is quite good because it is party as I command, which is quite threatening.
You will party, child.
Dan
You will be
Starscream.
party.
I'm not happy at all. Do you want a beating? I'm still not happy. Good.
Dan Starscream.
Why is nobody else dancing? Dance. Starscream.
It's a party, Starscream.
Oh, no. Then you have Megatron in the shadows, his hand over his mouth with the recorder in his hand. No, do it. Do it slowly. Do it sexy. True Lies. What a film. Good time.
Oh, dear.
Aye. And we also have Optimus Primes, which is a weird one, which just says, power up.
No.
Power up.
What? No.
Not really a birthday message, more like a command. Unless he's
Hook me into your electric system, humans.
Unless he's suggesting that because you have aged, you have powered up.
That's stupid.
It
That's
would be
almost as stupid as it is dumb.
Yeah. It's they're very, very generic. They're not super interesting, and that's kind of why they're in the crappy corner. There's no like, oh yeah, this is a decent-ish card. This is just basic bitch cards. They're apparently roughly $5 each. I don't know how birthday cards in America go, but to me that seems a little on the high side.
I like maybe £1. That's like 99p shop. That's kind of pound landing stuff. I'm sorry, it is.
I'm guessing that the justification for the bump in price is probably because of the little music thing, right?
I'm assuming, or it's bullshit.
I mean, it could be a bit of A and a bit of B, to be honest, but, you know. Mikey, do you feel inspired to buy a birthday card for someone whose birthday it may or may not be?
No, but I do. This card made me realize how much Megatron has shifted in my eyes.
Oh, how so?
Because my first impression was, okay, we've got 3 Autobot leaders here, and then I actually had to walk back and go like, oh, right.
No.
and then it's just like, but his design is just, I'm sorry, I look at that and I don't think evil villain anymore.
All
like,
right.
he needs more. I think Megatrons with spikes are now evil. G1E looking Megatrons are just like, I can't shake it. It's defined it too much for me.
I was going to say, is it the fact that he is very G1 Megatron, and like you say, you associate G1 Megatron a little bit more so with the IDW verse?
Yeah.
If he looked different, if he was a different Megatron design.
Give him
he'd probably
points.
be
Give him
fine.
Prime. Even Prime now. Like, hey, what did Prime do at the end? Yeah, he flew off.
To be fair, he was pretty bad. He wasn't a good guy.
Then he flew off, and now it's fine.
Yeah, he kind of realized that he didn't like to be dominated and went, I can't be asked. Every
I'm
guy I have is shit and dead. All my vehicles are dead.
Turns out I was a top all along.
Yep.
And I was making the world my bottom.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, all right, fair enough. Mikey, take
Yes.
us on to third-party news.
Yeah, so DNA Design have an upgrade kit preview, more than anything else, for the Power of the Prime's Optimus to give him, his weird buggy mode, which I always had a real soft spot for. Always really liked it. Don't know why.
I was going to ask why, because it's pretty shit.
Yeah, but I think it's better than the plain.
I mean, it's 6 and 2 3s at that point, though, really, isn't it?
Nope, I think it's better.
Is this because like it doesn't look aerodynamic as a plane, or is it because
No, it looks like a monkey going like
stick there?
Ooh.
Yeah, I guess because at least when he's stuck his arms forward, he's kind of side killing it.
Yeah, I was gonna. He's a GoBot.
Yeah,
Like, you know, he's just a GoBot, and we all accept GoBot. Why? You know, basically sticking your arms in front of you and pretending you're a plane is not being a plane.
Maybe
pretending you're a bike, though, I can get away with.
What if he's just gliding with style?
That would be amazing if you just see him just gradually losing height. Cheetor flies by and everyone else goes by and it's like, guys, we're over the sea, there's no lift.
I am descending at an accelerated velocity.
That's the sound he makes when he hits the ground and breaks up.
Who has a more bullshit air mode, though? That Optimal Optimus or Depth Charge? Because Depth Charges is pretty bollocks.
What? Where Depth Charge air mode is, I'm a manta.
No, where his air mode is...
I'm a manta doing a Mexican wave.
Yeah, his wings turn out to the side, and I don't think he does anything else, does he?
No, it's not. But to be fair, as much as I kind of have a soft spot for him, Depth Charge was fairly bullshit in general.
In terms of what?
Just general.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Not a bad guy. Just, I wouldn't invite him to parties.
Oh, I mean, he wasn't a happy lad, that's for sure. He was a bit of a bummer.
I think he needs to just, get over his shit.
Just get over it.
You were working at a place called Rugby. You had bigger problems.
Oh, man.
Someone like some massive Beast Wars fan is just like throwing their iPod or something across the room right now.
Ree!
Depth Charge was a saint!
Depth Charge did nothing wrong.
But yeah, as well as having the buggy mode, you also get 2 toy accurate guns and 2 swords for the smaller primal form. So there's no release date, no prices, no nothing, and the image... also the wings will be replaced.
Oh?
Presumably to be a bit more show accurate?
Bigger, maybe?
Maybe. Although, yeah, they look a bit taller. So, I mean, I think this is a neat little thing that will cost far too much.
Probably.
Because, yeah, you're getting, what? 2 sets of wheels, some wings, and some weapons. Like, I'd say that's 15 quid. Maybe. If I was super generous, going with the third-party thing, 20. I'll be surprised if this sells for less than $40. I'm not even kidding. But Andy, I mean, what's your thoughts on this?
I don't know, to be honest. I want to see it colored and I want to see it complete. I'm not sure if the justification of giving him this ultimate, like, if you felt that he was really missing out on not having his GoBot mode, as we'll just call it for easiness' sake, then fair enough. But I don't know if it's really worth it. I want to see how well it's integrated. How well do the wheels fold away, or do you have to pop them off when he goes into robot mode? Like, what do you do with them? The guns and the sword, okay. I tell you what the guns look like. To me, they look like the FAMAS, I think it's called, the gun from Stargate SG-1.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like Stargate SG-1, so that's a plus.
Good show.
Yeah. I got nothing else. It's an okay upgrade kit. It doesn't wow me, though. Shall I take us on?
Take us on.
Mikey, we've got Masterpiece stuff, or at least more Masterpiece stuff, as Figure King from Japan, the magazine, showed off some images of their Beast Wars Megatron. Well, not theirs, but Beast Wars Megatron. And we got to see a list, or images at least, of all of the bits he's going to come with. So this is kind of putting to bed all that woo-woo about his accessories. So, his accessories are as followed. 2 extra interchangeable faces. You can choose from a serious face and a great smiling face. That's what they wrote it here as, a great smiling face.
That's like how Kamen Rider everything has a name.
Great smiling face.
And it's like his power-up or something like that.
Great
smiling!
Oh, that would be great if you plugged in a new eye into the dinosaur head. There you go. He's also got the hunting rifle, as seen in the Call of the Wild episode. I think we did mention Call of the Wild episode as something you could do, but did we mention his hunting rifle, or did we mention his throne?
We mentioned his throne, and we mentioned... Because that would be amazing if it came with that.
It would be.
But we also mentioned, like, Primal throwing him like a gigantic purple banana.
That's right, yeah. I think the reason we probably didn't mention his gun was I'd forgotten about it. If we did mention it, then hey. If we didn't, I don't think we did, though. He also has a energy blast for his T-Rex head, mouth. So, I mean, we've talked about the hand-mouth laser before. Not a huge surprise. It looks fine. Actually, there are no extra images of it. It just shows it in the...
So there are... I found better quality pictures from these, like proper scans. And you know the one where he's on the stand that's got the lens flare?
Yes.
That is him shooting the laser thing. It basically just looks a bit like a lightsaber.
Okay.
Kind of a T-Rex mount.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, I suppose. And a toothbrush. Beast Wars Megatron's fan will remember Megatron used a toothbrush in some of the episodes.
Yes, to keep his dinosaur healthy.
Are there any images of him using said brush? I don't see any.
No, there aren't.
Weird. I would have thought that would be one to use because it's a weird, fun thing. But that's nice. It's good that that's in. No rubber ducky, but fair enough. The extra display base. We should have shots not only using it for Megatron, but it can be used to recreate scenes. And in the scans, it shows it with Dinobot and Optimus Primal as well. Sadly, no ducky, as mentioned before. I assume the other clear bits of plastic are just to allow for the recreations of poses and whatnot. It also shows that you can unplug the backpack if you're one of those people who was bitching and whining so much about it. You can also unplug the side laser dino hips. That's the thing you can do. You can unplug his shoulders, or unpeg them at least, and you can take off his tail sword? Gun?
You can take off his tail.
Claw?
Tail.
No one knows what that thing is.
With the tail. And he shot missiles one time.
Yes, it did. That was weird. How did that work?
You know, that should have been the laser one. Where did that missile come from?
Yeah, no, it never made sense. Underneath the tail claw gun missile launcher thing, he has his little really spindly hand. And when you take all of his pieces off, apart from the giant T-Rex head, he looks very similar to what he did in those brief, shadowy shots of him in the first episode where they hadn't had alt modes.
See, I thought that as well, but it turns out that's not what it's from.
Oh, well, fuck you then. What's it from?
Well, you know what? The toothbrush.
Yeah.
In that episode, he's sitting there with all his bits off.
Really?
Yep. Someone showed a gif of it. Hang on, I'll see if I've got it. But yeah, and it's just like, for some really weird reason, they decided in the show to go like, and this is Megatron when he's just chilling. You know, he's taking off all his gear. He's not in command. He's just minding his dinosaur.
I never knew that. I never knew it could do that. Or he did that in the show, I should say.
No, I didn't remember it at all until someone pointed it out.
So strange. Okay, oh well. That's neat, I suppose. It's a neat little feature. Mikey, any thoughts on these new images then for Le Megatron?
He looks great. He continues to look great. We all missed a ducky.
Yes.
I mean, it does make sense it's not in there, but I could see like a special edition that comes with it.
You'd hope so.
Yeah, like I kind of did like Primal with the bananas and the mace and whatnot.
Unless they're planning for what's it thing? The Beast Wars Transmetal one. Give it to him then.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I think he's looking brilliant. He's looking so good. Rex mode, now we've seen it up close. It's kind of crazy how well it turned out. The
eye seems to move definitely as well from the images that we've seen, which I think is a cool plus.
Short of some real QC issues, this is just a collection of successes to me. What about you?
Yeah, I'm all for it. The accessories, I wouldn't say like exciting, but they work. They do what they have to do. I'm still not a huge fan of the mouth blast laser thingy. I don't think that's turned out super well, as he said, mainly because it looks like a lightsaber more so than anything else.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, it's not like this is it's time to put this shit in the bin then, I guess. But it's just like, okay, fair enough. Mikey, no, I'll since it's Masterpiece, I may as well keep going, cause we got some better images of the third version of Masterpiece Optimus Prime. I don't know what we should call this. V3? We can't
it's
call
currently
that.
being called MP11 2.0.
Really?
Which is just like, just call it the third. MP43?
I don't
44?
know. Someone needs to come up with a stupid fan name for it. Just to make things easier.
Jinrai. We're calling him Jinrai.
No. No, bad Mikey. Yeah, so these images at least are clearer than what we've seen before. He does look different,
yes,
in my opinion.
He definitely is a lot more toon.
Yes, someone did a color bash, digibash color version of him as well. Something interesting, I think, is all of his fingers are rounded.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because in the cartoon, his hand was all the Transformers' hands, for the most part, were quite rounded.
Human.
Yeah, human. I think it looks pretty interesting. I remember you said, Mikey, that you were concerned that it was going to transform exactly the same.
Clearly does not.
Yeah, clearly doesn't. Another thing that I think is quite interesting, from the Digibash images, it shows that his ion blaster, if that's what it's called, his gun, can fold. And I would assume if it can fold, it means it probably can store inside either the trailer or himself, which is kind of neat.
But I mean, again, people weird me out.
How so?
Oh, there's been quite a lot of bitching about this guy.
Why?
Quote, he doesn't transform, unquote.
Yes, he does. What are you talking about? There's an image of him as a truck and an image of him as a robot. What?
Nope. No, he doesn't transform, Andy.
Explain.
Basically, and I saw this from several fairly well-regarded people in the Transformers community. So
Chris
not just
is not well-regarded.
He is now. He's more well-regarded than we are.
Shut up.
So basically, there's a lot of fakery going on with this robot mode, so especially in the chest. You can kind of see that he seems to do kind of a swivel around, and because the windows in the robot mode in the cartoon didn't have window wipers.
No, yeah.
So they've got a fake chest and a fake everything in the front. He's apparently got a fake skirt as well, because something about it actually supposed to be his license plate in the original design or whatever. And people are just like, listen, none of this is converting. It's just basically you're unfolding a robot from inside the truck. And people seem to be taking this very poorly.
Why?
And now you've got the MP11 versus MP New camp, which is getting very, very aggressively verbal.
Really?
Yep, it's just like, no, we don't need this toy. This toy is shit. Oh, cartoon. Fuck the cartoon.
We're
the Diaclone. Diaclone. We want to do Diaclone. And then you've got the camera. They're just like, I want my toy accuracy with my cartoons, and it needs to look like the thing I have. And Megatron needs to look like the same. Fuck you with your old MP11 garbage. And ad infinitum. You ever lose faith in humans?
Constantly. We talk not daily, but we've talked enough to make me lose faith in humanity.
35th anniversary Masterpiece Optimus Prime. That's what we're calling it. I'm just. You want your tune accuracy, but you also want it to do something impossible, which is have that tune accuracy from something that it doesn't work that way. So I don't know, just
it's one. I think it's one of those things that you can't please everybody.
Yeah. Oh God, I just like to please anyone.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I prefer the look of MP11, just as a personal thing.
Really? Well, what do you like more about MP11? Because for me, I prefer the look of this.
I just kind of I was never crazy about the Optimus Prime model in the show.
Okay.
So this thing is like a bit more like a stylized, more modern take almost, despite the fact it's supposed to look a bit more like the original Diaclone. So I'm just more into that. I think the engineering's probably going to be nuts in this thing, though.
Now when you say nuts, an interesting thing I think we should think about is when you say nuts, does that mean fragile?
I think that means money.
I mean, he's going to cost a fuck ton of money anyway, because,
Redonkulous amount.
Megatron and all that bobbins, but...
And now they set the standard with that, they will charge as much as they can.
And you remember how Megatron was well, from what I heard, Megatron was quite a fiddly toy.
Yeah. I mean, he's not an intuitive figure.
No, I'm wondering if that's going to, again, transition over to the Optimus Prime, or if Optimus Prime will be a bit more fun to handle. We won't know, obviously, until it comes out, but it's one of those things that it could be you get Prime and then you're like, I will never touch him again because I've done it once for prosperity's sake, and I just never want to touch it with my goddamn hands ever again. Thank you.
The thing is, he's probably going to be very painted as well, which
you'd imagine. So
you know, that was something that people were very cautious of, with
Megatron,
with Megatron.
Yeah, didn't he scrape off paint in places?
He did. Yeah.
I thought so. I can't remember exactly where, but I was like, I'm pretty sure he gets a little bit of paint knocked off here and there.
Just a tad.
Yeah. As long as you're careful, I'm sure it's fine. But it's one of those annoying factors, I suppose, about high-end toys. Mikey, do you have anything else you want to say about him? Because I'm fairly positive. You seem to be a bit more on it.
I think it looks like it will turn out well. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm that interested in it.
That's fair. That's fine. I wonder what accessories we'll get with him, if anything fancy, because he can only have one new face, and that's not really a face; it's a head, and it's not really a head; it's a blown off head for the most part, or a zombie head. But then you'd need to replace loads. That would be interesting if they gave you the parts to make the zombie Optimus Prime from that episode where the Quintessons brought him back.
Oh,
Spoilers.
God.
Whatever that one was. Dark something?
Dark Awakening.
That's the one. That'd be quite
That would
neat.
be weird.
Yeah.
Cool, but weird.
Oh, maybe do you think they'll make damaged Optimus Prime from the movie to go along with damaged Megatron from the movie? That would make sense.
Oh, yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, Optimus is a bit different. Like, Optimus's damage is a bit less extreme for something that killed him.
No. Well, in places, I think it's because, the animation kind of went up and down between scenes just to make it easier to animate. But you notice how his for us, on his right side, where his abdomen is, it looks like that might be a peg joint or something. Maybe you could pop that off and plop on one that has like a giant hole through it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Things you could potentially do, right? Who knows?
Things you can do.
Exactly. I don't think we have anything else to say for the moment on this Masterpiece figure. So, Mikey, tell us about crossovers.
Yep, they happen.
They do.
Yeah, so, as we know, crossovers in IDW Comics have been a thing for a few years now. We've had ROM versus Transformers.
Yes.
Very good. We've had Transformers versus Visionaries. Yes. We've had The Wrath of Karza, which was Micronauts featuring the Transformers. We've had a couple of mass crossovers, but remarkably little considering. And of course Revolution and First Strike and all that jazz. But something we haven't had in a while is an out-of-continuity crossover. So, like G.I. Joe versus Transformers, which the entire world flipped about. We didn't.
No.
Or Mars Attacks versus Transformers, which was kind of glorious.
And I never read.
Oh, you really should. It's one thing out from Shane McCarthy I will actually recommend to anyone. It's not meant to be as much of a dick move as it sounds. But, with the main IDW universe coming to an end, a bit of creative freedom is needed because I suspect they need to fill some time before they do whatever they do next, whether it be a whole new continuity, whether it be new miniseries, or whatever. So IDW have announced that they are doing Star Trek versus Transformers.
Ooh, which Star Trek? The good one, DS9?
No.
Okay, the okay one, the one that everybody loves, which is Next Gen?
No.
I would make a joke that Voyager's the next one in the line, but it's not. Voyager's probably like near the bottom of the pile.
See, I would, but only because I want to see a parody version of Janeway.
Parody Janeway.
Parody Janeway is someone I've grown increasingly fond of via someone's reviews. So basically, where she's just insane.
She'd also like if you're doing a parody Janeway, she'd have to have a stogie.
Yep.
With her glorious smoker's voice.
Yep, she's just constantly got one.
Or a pipe. No, she's more of
No,
a stogie lady. She's
like
a full-on
really
Cuban cigar.
unusually large one.
Yeah.
And people are saying, like, you could just cut the tip off that. No, it will remain uncut.
Yep. No filter.
No, yep. Like she just coughs in your face constantly.
Ugh.
And it's not like it's uncontrollable. She's doing it on purpose.
Yeah, big old globs of yellow phlegm, tobacco phlegm flying on. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But no, not Voyager.
No, not Voyager. It's which one is it then, Mikey?
It is the original series.
People
Kind
like
of.
that? What do you mean, kinda?
Well, people like the original series, and they think it's a fine example of media.
I think for the time, it's pretty good.
What if they did an animated adaptation that wasn't as good?
The cartoon, the Hanna-Barbera one.
The Hanna-Barbera one.
I don't think that's too bad.
I think it's like by Hanna-Barbera standards, but a lot of those shows age badly when you look back at them.
I mean, yeah, they do. Me and Chris, my friend Chris, watched the one where Spock goes back in time.
Oh yeah. I think that's the only one that's officially canon as well.
Yes, I thought it was pretty good because it was Spock basically learning or telling himself that, don't fuck with time, let it die, let your pet die. And I was
Let
like,
the
harsh
giant
message,
thing
but...
die.
Yep.
But yeah, so we are having Star Trek versus the animated series, which has set off a few people.
Is that why Tigra from
Yes,
because the Justice League's on here?
Yes, because because they could get more inventive with character designs in the animated series, despite the fact they had no budget.
Yeah.
And they had I don't think she was a regular, but I think she was just like she's one of the most recognizable guest guys.
Yeah.
In that we had the cat lady. We also had the guy with 3 arms.
Oh.
Who like he's got one for
oh
a bulb.
yeah, right in his chest.
Yeah. Just like those things you can't do in live action in the 60s.
No.
But yeah, so this is going to be penned by John Barber, editor-in-chief and lunatic, and he will be co-writing with Mike Johnson. Now, Mike Johnson is officially the most prolific Star Trek comic book writer of all time.
Really?
He has written over 100 issues or something like that.
Wow! Holy crap!
He's
for who?
For IDW for the most part.
Oh God! I forgot
IDW,
that
of course,
IDW did that.
Yeah, they have the Star Trek license, of course, don't they? Because it's a license thing, and IDW will not let a single one get by them.
No.
They will. They just shoot people in the legs to get them. He's also written for DC. He's done Superman versus Batman, which is an interesting series. He did. I think Superman versus Batman is an interesting series. Unfortunately, he also penned Earth 2 World's End, the New 52 Supergirl, and the New 52 Action Comics.
Are they not good?
They are not good.
Oh no.
There's this weird thing where Luthor just starts torturing teenage Superman because yeah. He's also written a bunch of other stuff, but for the most part it's been licensed. He has, however, written Transformers. Okay. So he wrote alongside America Scott Beast Hunters and Rage of the Dinobots. Woo! Unfortunately, he wrote the issues of Beast Hunters that kind of sucked. So a lot of people are like really happy. Like apparently, Star Trek comic readers are fairly happy about this.
Okay, well, that's good.
But like I'm cautious. I hope that he, John can shore up his faults. Because I have a suspicion he may have some. Maybe like I know it's a silly thing to do, but maybe have one handle Star Trek and one handle Transformers, and then they sort of combine the scripts. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, the layout of this is that the Enterprise answers a distress signal close to Klingon space, only to find something strange and unexplained. In this case, they find there are 20th century aircraft attacking a dilithium mine, and then Optimus Prime shows up to help out, which I feel should be a bigger thing of just like, and then a robot truck shows up. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, if nothing else. It's out in September. Andy, do you have any thoughts on this?
It's not the Star Trek I love. Has IDW done any Deep Space Nine comic?
I don't think so. They've done G1. They've done Next Generation. They've done
the OG series, right?
Yeah, they've done the new stuff.
Oh, what, the Discovery or Abrams universe?
Both.
Oh, really?
I don't think they've done DS9 or Voyager, but I'm not 100% on that.
So you've got all these Star Trek properties and you don't do the best one.
To be fair, that means they don't fuck up the best one.
That's true. You've got me there, Mikey.
Interesting thing here, Windblade is included in the Transformers cast.
I heard that people are angry that Windblade again is being pushed into, in quotations, everything. And I'm like, I don't care.
I just say her design looks kind of out of place here. I feel like maybe they should have redone her.
Yeah, because it looks they've done Prime and Bumblebee very G1-y, and they've just done Windblade and just made a more square.
Vaguely.
Yeah, vaguely.
But
more
they've also
square.
added weird like spiky things on her legs.
Oh yeah, maybe they should have just redesigned Windblade completely. But I guess at that point, would she be Windblade?
Yeah, Windblade's design is weird. She's super conservative.
Yeah.
Like, Windblade's design has barely changed in any of the iterations. And I find that odd. Why not just simplify her?
Mm-hmm.
Just do what everyone else... Give her a new design. I wouldn't mind seeing a new take on Windblade.
Yeah.
It's been enough years that you can get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, still call her Windblade and still have aspects of her character. Like Bumblebee usually has his little horns on his head. Prime always has the same, mouth guard and whatnot. So you could
call her
keep
Wandblade.
Face. Wandblade.
Yeah. Because there's no wind in space.
That's terrible.
There is actually, but I'm not going to get into that.
No.
Tricky's just there like, that's not astronomy. No, it's astrology. That's kind of ology.
Oh man, goddamn. So when sorry, did you say when this is coming out or
September.
September.
There's going to be one issue per month, assuming IDW gets them out in time.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll keep an eye on it.
I guess this will probably be a series for the Patreons only on From the Files of Teletron 2, right?
I don't know, because by the time this comes out, we won't have anything else to talk about.
Will the new stuff not have started at that point?
This is the new stuff. There's this and the Bumblebee mini.
Oh, nothing else?
Nothing else has been announced. We don't know what the story is. We don't know what the plan is. Like,
oh dear. Okay, no, that's fine. So we'll have a Bumblebee mini and Star Trek crossover.
Oh my god, there's going to be so much Fear Agent and Atomic Robot.
What do we do? Oh, it's okay. I've got things that we can read after that. I was getting worried for a second. It's like I have nothing after Fear Agent.
I've got Sherlock Frankenstein.
I've got stuff. I've got Warhammer comics, so that's okay.
Sherlock Frankenstein for me.
Yay! Shall we move on to the last bit of news, Mr. Mikey?
Yep.
Now you told me about this one because it wasn't on our usual news gathering site, but Transformers Power of the Prime Blastoff is apparently up for pre-orders and is to be released in July. Finally, it's been announced. It feels like an eternity since the last time we heard about this figure. We even get the old image of that card back with those pen marks over.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Have we had an official image?
No, that's what I'm like.
Because the image we have of Blastoff here looks like the one from the set.
It is.
Yeah, so we still don't know what this Blastoff is going to look like, do we?
We don't know if there's any changes. They're saying it's coming with a Prime Master.
Yes, that's right. He's coming with... We only have the Prime Master in his Prime Master mode, the Dark Warrior, Megatronus.
Dark Warrior.
Yeah,
you have to say
with his
it like
translucent backpack.
Warrior.
So, yeah.
So we don't know anything about this toy apart from the fact it's out in a few weeks.
Yeah, it's coming out. Apparently, it starts shipping on the 1st of July for...
Wow.
Which place is this? Robot Kingdom. So Robot Kingdom gets it the 1st of July and ships it off.
Nuts.
And the price is $29.90 US. So.
Oh no. You mean $19.99 US.
No, $29.90.
No, Andy.
Mikey.
You have your little joke.
I do.
You have your funny joke.
I do.
Because Grotesque doesn't cost that much.
Yeah, but this one's got a Prime Master. So, see, you're thinking...
He had a die-cast head!
You're thinking about... Yeah, but I was going to say, that's a Headmaster. This is a God, Mikey. The difference is massive. And this one won't have die-cast, so it means it's better.
No, it has translucent plastic, which
Makes
means
it
it can break easier.
It's better.
Oh my god. Robot Kingdom, I expected better.
I'm hoping that it's Robot Kingdom being charging the price up a bit more so than anything else, because otherwise this is a bit on the wonky side, at least in my perspective.
Like 25 is as high as one of these should go on an initial sale. Like as high.
You mean dollars or pounds?
Dollars. I don't even want to try and guess our money.
Never guess our money, Mikey.
It's all nonsense anyway. They just take the same number and change it over without it factoring in exchange. That's all they do.
Well, I'm actually going to do some currency converting, Mr. Mikey, and let you know what it converts. It converts, Mr. Mikey, to £22 and 55p, basically, not including shipping, I would imagine.
Don't want it. Don't want it.
It seems rather steep.
Don't want it. Don't want
it. Maybe it'll be revealed to have like some really interesting good stuff with it.
No, it won't.
I doubt it.
It will not.
I doubt it, but you
Your
never
words
know.
are as lies.
My words are just there to maybe give people who want this a bit more hope. It does seem too high though. If
Hope
you're
is a lie.
interested as well, you can only order 3 per person to stop people being dirty scalpers and charging $50 for each of them.
So instead of being dirty scalpers and buying them a lot, they basically buy 3, get 1 for free, and sell the others at 40 or 50.
Yeah, but at least it's not like overdoing it, I suppose.
You get 1.
That's why you're not a business, Mikey.
You get 1.
You get 1.
I mean, at least
any
there is that
thoughts,
option.
Mikey?
I mean, that is their option. If you do want him, but you think the price is ridiculous, you can get him for free if you just sell the other 2 at, scalper prices.
Probably.
Because people will buy them in that first week. People will buy them. That second week, maybe not.
Ooh, I don't know. They might still buy them in that second week. People go nuts for things. So I'm pretty sure Grotesque was a ridiculous price when he first came to the internet, wasn't he?
Oh my god, yes. But
Yeah.
and currently he's in Babies R Us, or what's left of Babies R Us, like selling for 10, 15?
Yeah, something like that, I think.
Which is, I noticed no one offered to get us any.
It's because you put them off, Mikey.
Fuck him.
Oh, damn. Woohoo! Okay, guys, just a little bit of an update because it's Monday as I'm editing the show. What do you know? But hey, Power of the Prime's blast off. First in-package images were shown off today, and I was like, well, shit. I guess I may as well talk about this now. Unfortunately, Mikey will need to wait till next week, but I thought may as well cover it now, otherwise I would be annoyed at myself. So, it's in a fancy little box, which has a little, what do you call it? What do you call it? Where you open it up, a lid. It has a little lid that you can open up and have a look at the toy on the inside. So we've seen what Blaster looks like. We've seen what Megatronus looks like. I said it might be worth it. It might be worth the price that we talked about. If that is guaranteed to be the price, I would say this doesn't seem to be worth it. With Grotesque, all the pricing on him made sense. He was an exclusive, and it was new molded stuff. It was a new head plus another new head and some new molded detail on him here and there. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Blastoff, it's just the Japanese toy. Nothing unique seems to have been made for him. So the toy is in the colorings of the original G1 toy, which I suppose isn't a huge surprise. So he's very dark brown. He's actually the color scheme is very similar to the jet that they did to fill in that recolor of whichever aerial body was. It's that kind of brown. You got his purple chest. You got some tampographed techno detail, let's call it, circuitry detail on his chest, a la like the G1 toy as well with his stickers. Not a huge amount of paint. The paint on his eyes looks a bit sloppy, but that might just be this one in particular. Megatronus seems to be, but I'm not entirely sure. It might be the Megatron Titan Master body, but with a different head. It's hard to tell. But he's got grey painted over his translucent parts for the most part. And yeah, I mean, if you want the toy version of Blastoff, then yes, this is gonna paint that wagon for you, I guess. And it will complete that look. You can get rid of that Aerial Bot Jet recolor at the very least, I suppose, and throw that away and add the proper guide to the mix. Again, he will be coming out, or start shipping, at least on the 1st of July. So that's right around the corner, only like a few weeks away at this point. But yeah, I don't see why this is... In my eyes, it's not super good. It's just like okay, fair enough. Never mind. We'll see what Mikey thinks next week, and we'll get back to the show.
Woohoo!
Damn, Mikey. Mikey, I think we're done for the news this week. Yes.
Yeah, it's a dry week.
It's a shallow week. So I've got the question, Mr. Mikey. What you been up to this week? What you done for fun? What you done for not fun? What are the things that have happened in Mikey's world?
Not a lot. Been a bit busy this week, so only had time to watch some TV stuff today and yesterday. So I missed. I did a bit of catch up, but I managed to catch a few things. No new Rider this week.
Really?
It's aired, but it hasn't been subbed yet.
Oh.
But I did watch last week's one, which also subbed late for some reason. So episode 40 of Build.
Okay.
I'm not really digging this run.
Oh, okay. Because you got on board for a while, and now you're back off?
I'm fairly on board for the show. I find this, since Genius's introduction and this follow-up episode, I just don't think it's particularly good.
Okay.
Like, a lot of people are like going, oh my god, and I'm just like, it's alright. So that's about 3 episodes so far that I'm just like, well, this is a weak enough run.
I haven't seen Genius at all. So the last episode I saw was Mad Rogue pop in.
Mad Rogue.
And that was just when he was revealed. He hadn't done anything, so I'm like 3 episodes behind now.
Well, like, the next episode introduces Genius.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So then 2, at least.
But it's an okay-ish episode. But yeah, so a new episode came out this weekend, so it'll be sub soon enough, I'm sure, so we'll catch up on that. Luke Cage and Voltron are both out now, but I haven't watched them.
Oh, so you've got like 2, in quotations, seasons to watch, right?
Well, with Voltron, I've got a lot more than 2. I've got like half the show.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I just never made the time to go back. I also, like, the way they were breaking up the seasons, I was losing patience. If I'm completely honest.
Yeah, it feels like I've been away from Voltron for a while as well.
I think once I found out Keith was going to have a bigger role, I stepped back a bit. Because I really don't like him. He's really useless. Like, and I've seen people who love the show say the same thing, so it's not just me.
Yeah, we need more fucking Pidge.
Yep.
Fucking Pidge!
Pidge, man.
Fucking Pidge. No, it's not Pidge, it's fucking Pidge.
Fucking, no, that has connotations.
Nah, it's like, I fucking Pidge, like, she'll knock the shit out of you, mate. Fucking Pidge, man.
This is a Newcastle thing, isn't it?
Aye. Wait, man. Fucking Pidge, like?
I don't know what he's saying anymore.
Stu knows. If Stu's listening to the podcast from Welcome to Gimme, he gets it.
I never know what Stu's saying.
How weird, man.
I just go along with it. I'm assuming like I always figured Tricky knew what he was saying.
No.
No?
No.
But apart from that, we had the last episode of Wotakoi. Love is hard when you're an otaku.
Was that episode 11?
That was episode 11.
Oh, I didn't know episode 11 had came out. I checked last week and it still had only had episode 10, so I haven't seen 11.
Sad now.
Oh.
It's gone. And it ended like right when they were clearly, like in the manga, they're clearly laying out something.
No!
And you're like, yeah, come back to me. Don't leave me, crazy, wonderful people.
Would it have been better if it had just stopped at episode 10?
No.
Well, when I say that, I mean ended, like, in a more... Because episode 10 ends in a fairly satisfying way.
No, this is still ends satisfyingly. It's just like, but I can see what you're... No! This clearly goes on. This clearly goes on. Fuck you!
Boo.
Did
it not do well?
I think it only, like, had 11 episodes planned, so...
Maybe that's it. Maybe unless it gets, like, a heavy, like, fan, hoorah! It won't get any more.
Hey Andy, Monster Musume Season 2.
Where the fuck is it?
I've checked, there's more than enough material.
Oh, get that shit back on TV, son.
Yep. But no, I liked it. It was a fun ending. It was just nice. It's a nice show. It's a nice show. My Hero Academia, I think this was the last one.
What episode was it?
for episode 12, but I don't know if we're going for 13 for this season.
Hmm.
But yeah, that wound down. Yeah, like mostly an All Might focus episode again. Pretty strong in that regard. Like I think it's really interesting how much they made me invest in a character I fully expected to dislike the first time I turned on the show.
Are you still into the idea that this is the reason, the stuff that you're talking about vaguely is the reason why people say it's the best arc?
Yes, by a country fucking mile.
Because I've seen a lot. I haven't
Because-
watched any videos, but I've seen a lot of videos that are the show is All Might or something like that. And I'm like, you're probably suggesting that this is a thing then.
Yeah, so basically there are 3 episodes in this season that are really good. That leaves at the moment 9 others that are mediocre to occasionally bad. This has not been a strong season.
No, it didn't sound like it, if that's the case.
In my opinion, it really hasn't. And I'm sorry, but basically saying your last couple of episodes are really solid because they're focusing on someone who's not your main character. Not good. Especially when your main character is usually pretty solid. But yeah, so I'm pretty disappointed in season 3. I won't lie. Should have just let them take Bakugo. I really don't like the little shit.
Get rid of him.
He's just kind of a dick.
Yep.
He's
meant to be.
Yeah, that doesn't make him... that doesn't... Yeah, well done, you made me dislike someone. You know, hey, Spike Witwicky and IDW, you were meant to dislike him. Good, but you kept using him. You shouldn't... When you're supposed to dislike someone, they shouldn't be on the screen that much.
Are they trying to Sasuke him? Because I never liked Sasuke either, and
Who
Sasuke
did
was
like Sasuke?
Ladies.
That's not like... It's lust. It's inappropriate underage lust.
That's sexual lust.
Yeah.
A deep, unfathomable lust of a fangirl.
Either for him or for the yaois.
Yes.
The sexy, sweaty yaois.
We need to be friends, Mikey, as we slowly touch hands before we then punch each other in the face.
I think... Hang on, no, I'm just flashing back to like the time Vegeta did that to Gohan.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some stuff there.
Well, no, there is literally a scene in the Frieza... No, it's Namek. The early Namek stuff where Vegeta just sort of strokes Gohan's face while leaning in and telling him, we're both Saiyans.
I remember that. That was weird.
We need to be friends. We need to work together. And then he just knees him in the gut.
I need an adult. I am an adult.
Yeah, Team Fortress version of, just so you know, I only hurt you because I have unresolved issues with your father. Take that. But it's like, they did it weirdly sexual, except it's weirdly sexual in the actual episode as well. It's weird. Yeah, so with that, Persona need to catch up on. Steins Gate need to catch up on.
You want more sadness in your life is basically what you're saying.
Pretty much. But I did catch Darling and Frank's like half an hour before we started recording, so I'm glad I did that. Really solid episode. Really, really solid.
Do you think I'll enjoy it?
I don't know. It is a filler, kind of. It's setting up... No, well, it's not filler, but it's setting up sort of like, here's some status quo, and here's why this will continue to be a thing up until the end. Which is not too far away now.
Like 2 weeks' time.
Yeah. But it's a bit Gurren Lagann-y, would be how I'd put it.
Right.
They're the sort of third part of Gurren Lagann. You'll know when you see it.
Okay.
But I like most of it though is just like, hey, now we have to live. Fuck. It's really hard when you're a child.
Yeah.
And the only adult in the area is literally saying, I haven't had orders, so I will literally let you all die. And I will not remotely react, and you will die. And I won't care.
Yeah.
Because I can't. There's some good stuff with 02, good stuff with Hero. There's a bit of a punch-up at the end. Kind of some dark stuff with the pregnancy. Some dark, oh, this has happened before, and this is how you dealt with it. Oh, that's clinical. That is clinical. But no, I enjoyed it. Like, I always like Darling Franks the most when it is not doing its mecha stuff. I'm really into it when it's doing its like psychological, here's what happens when you're a damaged person trying to live a normal life kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's setting up something kind of epic, and hey, those characters totally are not going to stab you in the back.
Nah, it's fine.
It's fine. You can take them with you. It's fine. But no, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I know I wasn't as down on the last 2 episodes as some people have been. But for me, I was just like, yeah, I still think this is a really good show. Yeah, that's all I've got really worth noting. Like I said, it's been a busy enough week, so I just no mainstream TV or movies or anything. So Andy, what about you?
Well, I'll start off with Steam, the computer service, because they've got the big summer sale on. So finally, after what seems like months and months and months and months, they had up Valkyria Chronicles 1 for like £4. So I went, finally can get this for £4. So did.
Nice.
Because I liked playing it when I played it originally on PlayStation 3. Did you know, Mikey, that they are bringing Valkyria Chronicles 4 to PC at some point in the future?
I did not.
Yeah, it's one of the good things that they announced at E3, which I was like, hey, because I think Valkyria Chronicles 4 is one of the good ones.
Well, like the Valkyria Chronicles, there's 2 which no one talks about. There's 3 which I think got mixed reviews. And then there's 4 which I've not really looked into enough.
I think 2 and 3 were both on the PSP, weren't they?
Yeah, and there's a weird... I think there's like a tactics game out there as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember hearing all of the ones on the PSP were kind of garbo, but I could be wrong. It's just what I remember hearing. So I got that because I'll be getting 4 when it comes out at some point in the future. I also got Shadowrun Returns because it was for free, and I went, okay. Shadowrun Returns. That was on Humble Bundle. It says, hey, do you want this game for free? And I was like, I may never play it, but we'll pick that up and throw it into my Steam thing, because why not? Because you never know. Might be good, might not be. I also got Darksiders. Do you remember Darksiders, Mikey?
Yes.
Yeah, I got that, which was the War Master Edition, which is both Darksiders 1 and Darksiders 1 War Master Edition. I have a feeling there is no real difference between the two of them, apart from a real small amount of things.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I got one, and the other one was for free, and that was like £4 as well. So I was like, that'll do. Whatever. Who cares? So I got them. I haven't played any of them, but I got that sorted. I done a trade. Actually, we'll leave that because that's Transformers on topic stuff. Next, I got a Warhammer 40,000 graphic novel called Demon Fugue, which I haven't read yet, but I got it because it was the hardcover version. It's big and fancy and looks cool, and I do like my Warhammer comics, so I grabbed that. And my on-topic tradey stuff was with Mr. Carl McGurty, PVT Spoon. I traded a few Galaxy Force figures, so it was a plus to get rid of them, because I've been wanting rid of them for a while, and got some Micromasters instead. I got Ironworks, which is the base, one of the bases. I got the, what's it called? The Sports Car Patrol, which are the Decepticon ones.
Yeah.
I only needed 2 of them because I already had 2 of them, but the price he was wanting to get rid of them at, I was like, oh, well, it would be more for me to get them individually off eBay than it would be for just buying the set from him. So I went, okay, I'll just do that. I got the an Autobot Sports Car Patrol, whichever one that is. I don't know each of the teams off the top of my head, but that's a relatively easy one to find online. But I got that one because I was like, yeah, I don't have that. And there was an Air Patrol one as well, which I got, which was another 4 I didn't have. And I also got the anti-aircraft base, which you may know, Mikey, is the green and orange tank with the purple guns.
Yeah, I had him.
Yes. He comes with 2 Micromasters that combine into a blue jet.
Cool.
So I got that as well. And I also, this wasn't from Carl, but I got this as well, was Grease Pit. Grease Pit, Ironworks, and the anti-aircraft tank all came with their boxes, which was pretty neat as well. So I've been playing with them, and I put some pictures of Grease Pit and Ironworks up on the Facebook page. I like them. I like Micromasters a lot. And as I said before, these are the things I'll probably be hunting for at TF Nation, which I got my ticket for as well this week.
Nice.
Yes, so I'm all sorted pretty much. The only thing I need now is full-on hotel confirmation with my buddy Mr. Wayne. Once that gets sorted, then that's done. And the only other thing I need to do myself is get the portable audio recorder for interviews and talking with people and all that jazz at the show. And then that's me 100% sorted. So that's good. I'm looking forward to that. In terms of TV stuff, I don't think I've watched anything of real significance. Just catching up on Westworld, which is still really good, and I'm still really enjoying, because Westworld's a pretty interesting little show. But yo, Micromasters are a lot of fun. They are much, much better than Minicons. My God, Mikey. My God, they're so much better than Minicons. I'm having a lot of fun with them. I've just been like playing with them in the car modes, driving them around my SETI as we've been talking tonight. Going brum. And I think that's it, to be honest. We're not going to drag out the show because there's no real point. So I guess, Mikey, where can people find you on the internet if you want them to?
I'm on Twitter as Irish Palo, on YouTube as GWolfV3. If you want to contact us on Moonbase2, our Twitter is themoonbase2. If you want to email us, the address is themoonbase2@gmail.com.
Woo!
Andy, what about you?
You can find me on Twitter and Tumblr as CCTFW, or on YouTube as Scrubber Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums. We're on Twitter, iTunes, Facebook, Libsyn, most of those fancy RSS feeds that you go to. You can also head over to patreon.com/moonbase2. And if you do $2 each month, you get things like From the Files of Teletran 2 a week early, which is already up today, with our extended version of it, where we talk about Fear Agent Volume 2, My War. It's very long. I think the show is about, in total, 2 hours, 40 minutes.
Something like that, once you factor in everything.
Yeah, because the base show was pretty long, and then we had 6 issues to talk about on top of that. So it's pretty hefty. You get a lot there. You also get right now, because it won't be available yet, you get the IDW Retrospective, which Mikey did with Charles. Yep. And, I'm sorry, I can't remember the other guy's name.
Callum.
Thank you, Callum.
From the Action and Adventure podcast.
That's right. They did that. You also get Moonbase Woo Woo, which is a special show where we talk about things that aren't Transformers related. We haven't done one yet for this month, but we will be soon, so don't you fret about that. Yeah,
probably recording this week, I think.
Probably. Also, just wanted to thank new Patreon people. We have Sam McDonald, who's signed up, and Broadside. Wow, Broadside. Nice to see Broadside. Good to see the battleship carries on. And we've also got an increase from Skirt from $10 to $10.50. So remember, if you are doing one of our other Patreon goals, which was probably a really shitty goal anyway, which was me and Mikey do a recorded message for you, if you want that, please contact us, and we can get something done for you. If you don't want it, that's fine. But if you do, I don't know why you would. The option is there. But thank you to all 3 of you for joining or upping your pledges. It's very much appreciated. We hope you are enjoying the content that you're getting. Let us know. Give us feedback. It's always good to know. And yeah. And you can find all my nonsense and stuff on the ccbunker.weebly.com. And you can also find me on the Fluff and Hammer podcast YouTube page, where I'm doing a walkthrough or a playthrough of Space Marine, and we'll be doing most of their other video game related videos. So that's a thing.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, Mr. Mikey, thank you for joining me this week, sir.
Glad to be here, sir.
And we will catch you next week, everybody.
Yay! Find me.
Bye.